About the cost of living in Costa Rica, I'm going to share some very tough words with you that you probably don't want to hear if you're looking into Costa Rica living. I live here myself since 6 years, and I already made a bunch of other videos about this topic. But in this video, I'm going to share some facts that I see. So first of all, my name is Muriel. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can do that by pressing one of the buttons, the little icons you see on the screen. The dogs are surrounding me. I just wanted to know that it's important that everything I share, you should not immediately believe. It's my point of view, it's just from my angle, and you can see a lot of things from different sides, right? So now my dogs are protecting me from an unknown danger. They're barking. I just want to highlight, do your own research and don't believe anyone else either, because there is so much to say about the cost of living in Costa Rica. So let me just start by mentioning that I'm happy that you found my video, and that it's always important to do your own research and to focus on yourself and what you need in life. So what others may need is not to compare with what you need. What is your life standard? What is your family situation? Keep an eye on the pop-ups here on the top right, I think, because there I will refer to all my other videos with detailed calculations about monthly average cost of living in Costa Rica for families, and you can make your own calculations. There is still, when I'm making this video, I think it's all still the same. Now it's 2024. It's not really different with 2022, or it won't be expected to be very different in 2025. But let me be very, very bold with you. My point of view. The cost of living in Costa Rica is just super high. So are you sure you want to be here? What's the reason that you're pulled to Costa Rica? Not to scare you off, but if you're really looking into living under the palm trees, under the sun, I think Costa Rica is the highest cost of living in the world, with beautiful countries. And I have traveled through 32 countries in the world, and I've been in Asia, in Thailand, Bali. My husband has traveled through Indonesia. And overall, if you want to move abroad, and you don't want to live in a country with a high cost of living like Costa Rica, you should not come here. You should go to Asia, to Thailand, Bali and stuff. Sometimes I call myself crazy that I live here according to the cost of living, but I make a beautiful income. Like I said before, I have my own business. I have no limitations in earning, and that's the freedom that I have as entrepreneur. But let's be real, most people do not have a running online business. They do want to build it, but they don't have it, so they're stick to a job income or an Airbnb income, own business income. I don't know, they're retired and they have a low income. There's all kinds of ways to live here. But what I found out, that's my opinion, is you have to work bloody hard to make ends meet with a model income. Really, if you have like a normal income, you have a job and you make like around between $2,500 and $5,000 with a family of 4, you have to work hard to make ends meet. And probably there will be tons of comments saying, no, it's easy, and I go to the market and I eat rice and beans. Well, good for you. But for my family, when they were going to international schools, 2 of my kids, and they needed transportation to get there, you need a vehicle. So you pay your international schools, you have to pay rent, or you have to pay your property, stuff. Construction materials are super expensive compared to other countries in the world. The prices go like this as well. The quality is not the best. So overall, it's just super expensive. And then you might ask, but why do you still live there? Why do you preach Costa Rica to live? Oh, first of all, I don't preach it. I just share everything I've learned, and sometimes it's the darker sides, and sometimes it's the positive side. I like to just give a very realistic point of view for everyone who's looking into Costa Rica. But I fell in love with Costa Rica It's a feeling. And when I speak with all my best friends here, and those are Ticos, Nicos, Europeans, North Americans, Canadians, Asians, so it's expats and locals, or immigrants and locals, who live in my area, so the people I have in my offline network, they all say, yeah, it's a high cost of living here, especially where we live on the Nicoya Peninsula, but you know why we live here. There's something special here, and that something special here, I feel it, they feel it, but do you feel it? And that's what makes people want to live here anyways, although it's an enormous high cost of living here. Period. I cannot make it brighter or nicer than that. It's bloody expensive in Costa Rica. So be sure which country you're gonna pick when you want to move abroad, right? Like I did. And honestly, I did not find a video like this warning me for the super high cost of living in Costa Rica before we left. Call me crazy, super impulsive. Yes, I'm super impulsive, but we had a running online business, right? But we were doing fine with that income 6 years ago, 7 years ago when we were planning. But we were not making piles of money. We were making okay money, a couple of times more than my paychecks of my social worker job. But coming here, I had no money left at the end of the week by just doing grocery shopping. So what makes the cost of living so incredibly high, if you're too lazy to watch the other videos that have been popping up meanwhile about the cost of living? You know, there's a high import tax or tax on products. Don't ask me why, but go to the supermarket and where you will buy 3 bags of grocery shopping in other countries, in other Latin American countries, or even in the Netherlands. Here you have 1 little bag full and you're like, oh, $100? And if you go to Thailand, literally for $100, you can eat like more than a week, right? So sometimes people say, why don't you move to Thailand then, if you're just talking about this, about Costa Rica? I love Costa Rica. I have my friends here. I benefit from all the benefits. And what are the benefits of living in Costa Rica? You can watch all the videos on my channel and you will see, you will be able to make that puzzle with all the pieces. All the separate videos are forming a puzzle, right? I love it here. Not in the world I would want to leave. But when both of my kids will be flown out of the house, I still have 1 child home and he's 15. Yeah, the doors open for us to go anywhere because our business allows us to. So where would I go if I would not live in Costa Rica? I would go to Thailand. I would go to Thailand because Thailand allows bringing pets, bringing dogs. We have 4. We have Doberman, we have a Belgian Shepherd, we have a pet rescue 1, a pet rescue 2. So, and it's a super low cost of living. But on the other hand, this is my point of view. If you want to live in Costa Rica and you don't want to fight the cost of living and you don't want to calculate everything, you don't want to live in a financial prison in Costa Rica. With all respect for people who make ends meet with like $1,000 per month. I don't know how you do it, but that's not how I want to live. I don't need a lot of luxury, but come on, I don't want to calculate to eat and to do stuff that I like, right? But that's my point of view. You don't have to agree with me. Remember, leave your comments down below. Yeah, I would go to Thailand because it's cheap, because it has beaches, it has wildlife, it has palm trees. I can bring my dogs. You can rent a beautiful house for a low rent. But the thing is, you cannot buy property there. So I will be a renter. And I have not been a renter since 6 years. This is my own property. I have space. I have no neighbors. And then when something is breaking in my house, I have to call the landlord. I don't like that. But besides Thailand, and that it's cheap and under the sun and beautiful, it has beaches and all that stuff, I love Costa Rica, and I can imagine that you want to go to Costa Rica and live there. But just be real, the cost of living are incredibly high, so be sure you have a great income or a very low life standard, or you're willing to adjust. But I don't want you to have stress coming to Costa Rica and think, holy cow, we had this budget and we won't make it. And if you do not know to build extra income the way that I do, then you're screwed. And sorry to say so. No, not sorry to say so. I'm just going to say it. I have seen in the past 6 years a lot of people come and go. Not only because they don't really like Costa Rica, because they have a hard time settling in, but often, if you listen well, in between the lines, it has been the financial reason. They cannot make ends meet. I have a friend, she has 5 children, and 4 of them go to the international school. You know what the price is for that international school? And that's one of the cheapest in the whole country. It's about $650 for one child, without the food plan and without the bus transporting them to school. $650 per month for one child. I don't know how many kids you're gonna bring, but I know that I paid for 2 and I was like, holy cow, where's my money going? You know, so. But it's not a pointing finger, it's just sharing my point of view, so do with it whatever you prefer. I'm the realistic side of sharing information about Costa Rica from my angle. So I'm looking forward to hearing your experiences. Perhaps you have tips for people watching this video who've never been to Costa Rica. I know there's a lot of people watching my videos who are totally different than I am and have great tips and have more knowledge than I have. And also you must know, I'm not the Costa Rica expert. Right? I am just Muriel and I live here since 6 years with my husband Dirk and all our animals and 1 child in the house. And but because I know we have the internet and YouTube, that this is an information provider now, and I'm grateful that I'm able to connect with you. So this was basically my video, and for those who are like, what the heck, I want to make more, or tell me what you do. A lot of people ask me, so what do you do online? No, then I always refer the question back. I bounce the question, so what do you want to know? I do different things online. I'm an online entrepreneur, and an online entrepreneur is something else than being a coach online. I don't just coach with my laptop. That's trading time for money. I don't like to trade time for money. I love also passive income and stuff. But yes, you also need to put effort in that. Don't think that you press a couple of buttons and the money will fall from the sky. That doesn't exist. That's not a real business. But for those who are interested in the serious stuff about the business building online, you can just feel welcome to click the first link below my video. And for now, I hope that you benefit from my video about the cost of living in Costa Rica. Do your research, come to Costa Rica, check out the prices. So check my, if I'm speaking the truth, is it really so expensive? And then go to Nicaragua or to Panama or to Thailand and compare, or to Mexico. This is the most expensive country in Latin America, period. And I love it. And I am going to live here for way more years. But I'm curious what you're gonna do. Let me know, keep me posted. Bye for now and see you in my next video. Ciao!